As sad as this might sound, this is the reality.
So I'll return my master's form to the school.
If you don't have money, don't go to school, because the mental stress, you would so pray that this is a torture. Let's be very honest.
Now, you know,
So I don't see why people are doing masters when you know that you don't have money. One, you don't even know if you're going to get a job after the masters. I know of someone that has certificate, masters, PhD, and he's just there. If you know that you have no intentions of even practicing what you're studying, it's not a do or die affair. The country is making people feel like if you don't go to school, like you're one outcast. There's no outcast in you not going to school or reading a professional course, as they say. Because 5 years is a lot. See, I don't see why anyone in this country now would want to prioritize school over being comfortable or having money. School is good. It's very great to have that wisdom and that advantage of being a graduate. But it's far above that. You're a graduate and you cannot fend for yourself. You cannot even, like, you left home to feed home, then you're back home and home is feeding you. That's bad.
Talent, they say, is not enough. But right here in the educational sector, there are so many graduates out there who are putting in enough work to come up with a good grade. And afterwards, what's next? Probably life plays out and they tend to turn the stone to the other direction, where they turn not to follow their heart desires to pursue a particular course, but eventually become successful in another discipline. So in today's edition, we're definitely going to be diving into something worth discussing. And trust me, I'm not going to be doing this alone. Usually, I have my guest with me, which happens to be Izzy Wang, one of Tipok Studios. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to make welcome my co-host, delectable Princess Lucci. How are you doing?
okay, yes. I actually, the Eze is what I don't understand.
Okay, Izzy Wang.
Eze why? Okay,
Alright,
it's alright. He's actually giving me a new different level of flowers. He gets new flowers every day.
Yeah.
And probably because it's some days to Valentine, I guess he doesn't have a girlfriend, so he's trying to toast me.
Excuse you?
Yeah, I said that.
All right. Probably we're going to settle this behind cameras. And of course, I would not want to forget this very amazing individuals. I mean, I just had to know that he's been the one we've been talking about. This guy, I've known him like way back, all right? And you know when you're just so caught on suspense, like you're so shocked that the person that they've been talking about is somebody you spoke day before yesterday on phone. This is just so right joining me here in the studios, or joining us in the studios at Tipok Studios to be very precise. I have with me Mr. Maui. How are you doing, G?
I'm good, man.
You're supposed to join NBA. I don't even know, man. You're supposed to join NBA, guy, with the height and
As
everything. NBA has basketball player now.
This is what we're talking about. The shift in profession. This is what we're talking about.
All right, so today I will be taking a retirement. I wouldn't really say retirement. I'm going to allow my co-host to run the moderator part of today's program, and then we have to banter as we normally do. All right, so I want you to sit, relax, and chill as we bring you exclusive debate on this particular topic. All right, over to you, Lucci.
I'm just smiling. I don't know why. My body is actually doing me somehow. Probably because we're wearing the same pair of pants, the same color of pants, the three of us. So it's more like X-Men. But with the woman in the middle.
All right.
Yes, like you said, I'll be moderating for today because I want him to rest and gain weight for February 14th. Yes.
Someone that is taking already. My.
He's the one saying that,
All
but
right.
I've not decided yet.
All right.
Now, let's dive into today's topic. It's something that when we thought about it, it was something we had to talk about. And it's called a shift in educational professionalism. Yes, in case it's sounding too big in your ears now, let me break it down for you. Now, you have a scenario whereby someone studies probably mechanical engineering in school and then comes out to follow, would I say, his passion for music. Now, you've wasted a whole lot of time in the university and you don't want to even pursue that career because you feel like, okay, I want to pursue music. Meanwhile, you've had this passion even before you started studying petroleum engineering. But factors like your parents, your peers, the government, the economy could have made you to study that particular thing and actually causing it a time-wasted thing because you've wasted time. Now, our guest today is a graduate of petroleum engineering. But trust me, he's not in that line.
No.
Now, he is an interior decorator, a very good one at that, an event manager, a talent manager, and a pageant CEO. Now, none of these things rhymes to petroleum engineering. Am I lying?
Of course not.
It doesn't rhyme to even anything about engineering. Because when I was a kid, I was saying those people that study petroleum engineering will sell fuel in filling station.
Oil and gas.
Oil and gas. So he's not even in that line. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now he's into something way different in the entertainment industry. Now, entertainment industry is not something you go to school and say there's a course for that. But basically they break out from mass communication because of it has to do with the masses. But we want to talk about it. What caused that shift in your profession? Because you wouldn't tell me that this whole passion for event management and the whole thing was not there originally. Why did you waste your time going that number of 5 years to achieve a certificate that you have to put a pause first before you start choosing?
Okay, so basically, the one drive has been for petroleum engineering, but as time went on, even down to school, you would realize that the country is not really a place whereby you just sit and you fold your hand. So from school days, you had to get something doing to back up for some side funds and the rest. So I had to look for different areas to look for money. So it started from photography. That was like the first thing I did while I was trying to hustle. So while in school, I started photography. Then I realized that it might just be too stressful. I really don't like stress that much. So I had to pause. So I had to go into painting. From painting, it became bigger and bigger to interior decor. Then while in school, I was also into modeling. So from modeling, I was like, I think I could actually put good value to the modeling industries. I had to own my own pageant. Then from owning my pageant, I started doing event managing, talent managing. So basically, it's all for ends meet to survive.
To survive.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
And it's not really to inspire people, because I
It
know
is.
I know way back here. For what it's worth, some parents will send you to school and want to boast about the particular choice of career you chose for
Yeah.
yourself. And in the long run, if you're not doing that which they choose for you, it's a problem, because now the ego of their boast
Having
reduce.
a barrister or a doctor.
Now what do they tell people about you?
okay, so I'll speak for myself. Yeah. So first thing first, no one really told me where to stay or where to go, what course to study.
Okay.
I decided my course, and even after the fact that I'm into events and all, I think my mom is very proud of me.
So what does she tell people about you? What does she tell
What does
people
she tell
about
them?
you?
My son
He's
is
what?
an interior decorator.
Oh, okay, that's the name.
He does
That's the modernized name.
events.
Okay.
He knows people, so she has some bragging rights
On
behind.
that.
I could remember my first event she came to. I saw the joy in her face. This boy don't make me proud. Maybe soon he'll take me places.
Aww.
So she's still proud.
Okay. For those of you who don't know, the host of this program studied computer science. I was expecting him to be in Garrison. Do you understand?
They do
Sarcastically.
computer.
Let me land. We always see, the guys with hair. Yeah.
Laptop guy.
Yes. I was expecting. But when I first saw him at where we first worked at the radio station, the whole enthusiasm, the whole force, the whole energy, I had to ask, what did this guy study? And they said computer science. And I'm like, you want to drag journalism with those who are actually in the profession, you get? Because it's not your space. So you knew obviously that you wanted to go into event planning and journalism. Why waste your time in computer science?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
The thing is, for creatives, it's not really, just like you rightly said, it's not really about, what you really want to study, provided it's bringing food to your table.
Okay.
And of course, you've developed passion over time for this particular creative space. You understand? And then it's legit.
Yeah.
Because there are so many persons out there that went to school that are criminals, but they can't come out in front and tell you, bro, I'm a thief.
Fact.
Do you understand my point? So hence, it's putting food on your table. But I still find myself still going back to, the tech space. Because this is something I studied in school. I still love it. But here is something that has been seeing me through school, which is the media. The media space has been seeing me through school to actually attain a particular height of which now I have, and I'm cool with it. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Okay, so both of you, do you think this is becoming a menace in society because we're having a whole lot of professions empty? Some people, let's look at professions that concerns soil science. Not a lot of people that finish from that particular departments come out to practice that soil science thing. Now there are departments in school where people just go for going sake, the likes of geography.
Okay.
So when people go through these things and then come out, you see now they don't even want to go back because to them there's no job opportunities for them, but then they studied it. It's not becoming a menace that this particular job opportunities are actually empty because the people are leaving that space.
Okay, but I think the first question is the courses you just mentioned. It has to do with the person who studied soil science or geography. You need to ask if they went for it or JAM gave them.
Okay, just like Irene, they went for geography and then became a producer. Nice one.
So they are people that JAM gave.
Okay. And not them giving them.
So JAM gave him,
exactly.
okay.
So maybe they were going for a particular course, but JAM was like, no. Let me just define one or two, and they're like,
give them fishery.
make I just collect certificate. I swear.
You know.
Or animal husbandry.
Science. Okay.
So there's this guy that studied this particular course, poly. I can't even pronounce the name of that course properly. But after he was done with the whole study, he said to start up, first off, you cannot get a job in Nigeria with that course.
Why did you go for it?
Yeah, and now to start up a business, you need a particular amount of capital. The capital you'll be needing to start this business, if you put that money in real estate, bro, in less than 5 years, you're going to be probably the richest in that community. So it was so discouraging. And I asked him, why did you study this course? And he said he has been writing JAM for like 6 years now.
JAM gave.
No, JAM did not give him. So the last time he just, that time was like, if he not give me, I know they go school. He just tried it and they just gave him the course, and then the course was just new. Okay. And I think it was not even accredited at the time in the university. So before he could wrap up the schooling, they accredited that department. And then he said that was just what happened. And now he's a carpenter. Not really a carpenter, he's a furniture maker. He makes money.
Yeah.
Because I asked him, like, bro, this stuff you studied for
there.
school. Okay, can't you just open up a YouTube page and talk about these things to people? I mean, you might just get funds to scholarship to go abroad to continue your study and stuff. He says, like, no, it's not. Now, the problem is, if you want to compare the Western countries with us, right? For those persons in high school, in colleges, once you're done, there are companies that are set aside to give scholarship to the best graduating students.
But our country was once like that before.
There are companies that are set aside to support those students that are very distinct, like those special kind of students in the department. But right here, for instance, Ignition University, they have over 8 companies. I'm talking about 8 oil producing companies around this area. Do you understand? That are there that could just say, okay, you have how many departments in this school? You have probably 12 to 13 departments in this school. For all the first class students, we would factor you people in at least one of these companies. It's a good one. But rather here, they do not do these things. It's almost like once you're done, if you go to St. John's, you're going to see more than 30 graduates that own POS stands.
Wow.
And this is not encouraging.
Lucrative business.
No, you call it lucrative. I look at it as you're undermining your certificate.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So in other words, you're saying it's actually becoming a menace in society.
As much as it is not constituting nuisance, truth be told, it's more like you just wasted 4 years for nothing. Because I have seen so many persons that own POS businesses that didn't go to the 4 walls of the higher institution. They are doing very well. So what's the essence of going to school then?
Certificate.
Because even the certificate, you can't even use it. Unless you want to become a politician, you want to go for bragging rights. Of which right now, bro, even the bragging rights, it's not boiled down on the certificate any longer. It's boiled down on the money.
Okay.
If they bring somebody that has money now and bring somebody that don't have money but has a certificate, who would you follow?
Monica.
No, I'm asking you, who would you follow?
That's not even supposed to be a question.
You get? So this is like, bro.
Okay, so now in this kind of situation, now who are we to blame first? Is it the individual that had to concede for that level of time waste, or is it the parents that will tell you, no, you must study this thing, or you must study geography, or that music you're doing will not work, or is it the government that has failed to provide for individuals after school? Or are we going to, like, still on the government, is it the bad economic policies put in place that is actually destroying them? Or finally, is it peer pressure that you just have to go to school? One, I've said, is it the individual, the parents, the government, or peer pressure? Because some people say, your parents can actually tell you, not be your mates, one or two. Like, do you get that idea of comparison? And then this your mate self, the way they raise their ego when they pass jam. You that has not actually been to school, you be like, if I don't pass jam this year, you get a CB. So who are we to blame in this particular situation?
For me, I feel like everyone you have mentioned now has a part to play. Because their parents have the whole blame on, because they had to decide
what the child had
to study. Then there are also people that were moved by peer pressure. For instance, we all finished secondary school together, and you're in university, and I'm not in university. Anytime we meet, you guys are talking about
classes,
department, this one, that
one. You'll not be lost.
Left out. I'll be like,
guys, speak to me. I was in that school at the time, bro. I can relate. I swear.
I can relate. I have to quit. I didn't go outside for 1 year. I stayed at home.
Then also I would say the government also has a part to play, because there are people currently now the government has placed some kind of mindset on individuals. Many people are not really bothered about the first class because nothing they really add, because you could have your first class certificate and you're working for a third class certificate holder, or even someone that did not even go to school at all. So the government also has a part to play, because there are not job opportunities lined up, and that's why the whole man no man saying is so common in Nigeria. So you need to know somebody that would be able to put you there. Then individually too, you also have a part to play, because you may want to get a certificate on a class course, but you have no passion for that course. But just to say, okay, I graduated from let me say petroleum engineering. Okay. You know the pride between being an oil and gas certificate holder. But you have passion somewhere else. So it's just one thing that we also need to look out to. So I feel like everybody you mentioned now has a part to play, because I don't even see the reason why. Sorry, but I don't see the reason why people study political science. I really don't.
It just dawned on me right now.
I don't see the reason why people study political science. I feel like, and I have people that studied political. I have a friend. I have people, not just one, that studied political science.
You want to become politician?
I don't want to even go to.
It's not even a criteria to become politician.
My twin studied political science. Immediately she came out, my dad told her, you're not going to work in the secretariat. You're not going to work for any politician. In fact, you will not go into politics. He was very clear. Do you get? Because I just feel like, bro, there's some departments that just need to be shut down.
Yeah.
More so when the persons from that department are not in any way impacting positively to the society.
Definitely.
Do you understand? Because now look at our politicians, bro.
How many of them studied
politics? Now let's look at the former governor of Rivers State. He studied law and then he's into politics.
Hence, whether you studied it or not, I want to believe that there's also a department or a faculty for political science. So that means these people are not even doing anything. They're not doing well. Because if they were doing well, so many persons that studied the course would be emerging in top positions and then changing the narratives. But today, nothing is happening. And then back to your question, I just feel like the Bible says that the way our faces are, that is how our problems are.
True.
For some persons, there are individuals that, let's say, the community has sponsored to go to school. And high expectation that, this our Peking. They call it our Peking radio school. By the time in commerce.
You sure say they don't sponsor you?
No, I don't be like that, bro. Come on.
You wish to ask.
You very particular.
No, I need to all those HA people,
Why understand?
Omoma people.
Why understand?
You understand? I need to start mentioning names. Those people, community can turn up for them. In fact, from their matric day, you see like 4 van, 4 buses. Women will bring.
He's talking to me.
Women will bring rapper. They will come and dance.
Yeah.
With it. You go confirm and say people come out for this.
He must state people and like.
Do you understand?
And Oma, who is this thing more?
They will turn up for the person. Do you get?
Yeah.
And now
You don't see him during his convocation.
after like saying
I can't.
like after
Pink suits.
after the, that was. I don't blame you, Sha. Bro,
Sharp.
after the whole thing, yeah, you're done with schooling.
Mm.
Eventually, the child did not, turn up with the good grades. Nobody wants to care at the time. Because even before the child will come up playing and say, I graduated with 3rd class F, then go the front, 1st class, and 2nd class, like say. And then it comes to not getting a job. Do you understand? That's like where the pressure is. And so for some persons, they be like, with all of this, I don't think I'm ready mentally to fall into this place where I don't want to go to school because the community wants me to go to school. Probably because I have a good character. Do you understand? Second of all, you talked about peer pressure. I was in that situation. Bro, I wrote jam like 4 times.
Jam you.
It wasn't like I was failing. It was because there was no money at the time. So I was just trying my luck. Maybe somebody would just say, okay, this guy that passed jam, let me help him.
Or your community was just sponsor.
Community, I was so expecting community people to turn up, but they did not. Do you get? So at that point in time, when it dawned on me was when all of my circles, including my younger brother, had already gained admission in Uniport. Bro, it was more like every year they go matric. And the thing is,
Now you can declare.
the more they go matric, none of them want to come back. They go rent house off camp. And when I come back from work, it's like the whole place is very dried. You're at home all by yourself. If you're going to church, you won't go to church as a team anymore. You just go alone and all of that. Guy, the last jam I told myself, God, this stuff ends now. As I'm writing this one. In fact, and not even the right, Ignatius don't give me admission.
Woo!
Then Ignatius, they give admission now. They will just send you admission like they are begging students then. I was aiming to go to Uniport, and I thank God I didn't go to Uniport.
You'd have stayed 10 years.
I thank God. It wasn't even about the strike and stuff. Guy, it's a lot. So I was hoping that I'll go to IMSU. IMSU was just turning me. The time IMSU gave me admission was the same time Ignatius had already given me admission. I already started my clearance halfway. Then I saw that IMSU had already given me admission. I was like, guy, I don't think I'll go here. This school is new and besides it's in Port Harcourt. I just shook head now. You understand? So I just had to like go. And
Don't go there.
For me, it was the peer pressure because all my peers were in school. Do you get? It wasn't like I wanted to go to school because I knew that back then, no brag. So I think I was like the brightest amongst my peers because there's a way I think. So I just felt like I was influenced positively to go to school. It wasn't like influenced to go to school to do crazy things, but I was influenced positively because they were all going to school and they were all doing great. So I just had like, guy, I can't stay back and I'm not doing anything. So I just had to go to school. So that is like one influence, yeah. And then the government, you all have said it. These people are not doing anything, and it's high time we stop blaming them. Do you get? At this point in time, right now, YouTube is the greatest platform for you to learn.
Yeah.
I am an advocate of if you don't have money, don't go to school.
True.
As sad as this might sound, this is the reality.
So I'll return my master's forms to the school.
If you don't have money, don't go to school because the mental stress, you would so pray that this is a torture. Let's be very honest.
Now, you know, funny, my sister that got admission into Ignatius recently called. I was like, it doesn't matter if you have brain or not. If the money is not there, you're not going anywhere.
That's how the
But is it supposed to be so?
Even now, the school like I'm actually aiming for now, I'm going back to my alma mater. I'm seeing clearance alone, almost 100K. Aside school fees, aside hostel, aside acceptance fee. Trigger. So everything is becoming crazy. So this what you're saying about money, it seems like I'll return the form back to my alma mater.
So you're going for masters?
Master.
Why?
Can I shock you? Can I shock you? A good number of us. It's a good thing.
Peer pressure.
A good number of us at
Peer
TPOC. A
pressure.
good number of us at TPOC. We all want to go for our masters.
Peer pressure. My mama not go agree me.
I feel now that the peer pressure is here. Is in the
It's
office
here.
because now this one wants to go, that one wants to go, this one wants to go. Everybody now wants to go to the master. Like there's money. There's no money. Now it's peer pressure. And when you get there now, you start calling and disturbing people.
Elvis, please.
So I will say
I will
this:
call you, Sha.
if you know you're not ready, Don't force it.
Don't
Go and marry.
talk to me,
Go
don't.
and look for business. Go and look for a skill.
Look at me.
Okay, she's here. I'm telling her right now. Go and look for a skill because it's not funny. It's not funny.
I have skill. It's not that I don't have skill.
Your skill is not skilling enough.
No,
Go and
but
look for something.
But it's funny. I really don't know how people take their own life patterning, yeah. But the fact that you went to university for like 5 years and there's nothing to show for the certificate you have, and you're going for masters to waste extra 1 or 2 years. That 1 or 2 years you go into any business or try to make ends meet or get money. It's way better than going to class to learn what you might not even see in the real life. Because most things they teach us in school, we don't really see them
Illusion.
in real life. Talking about me,
who
yeah?
has used Pythagoras theorem since they left secondary?
Talking about me, petroleum engineering, most of the stuff, let me not say most, but there are stuffs that I learned in school via theory teachings that even if I want to, or when I want to go into the petroleum line, I would need to go do more classes. Practical classes, not theoretical classes, yeah? So I don't see why people are doing masters when you know that you don't have money, one. You don't even know if you're going to get a job after the masters. I know of someone that has certificate, master's, PhD, and he's just there.
Wow.
And he's hoping to get
I have somebody like that.
another degree.
Do you know, I was saying, I was telling my mom that this man has masters. He has PhD. Now he's aiming to be a minister of education in the country my mom is from, because that's where he's also from too. He's like in his early 40s. He's not married. And I'm telling him, you had misplaced priorities, because this is you. At one point,
Sorry, is he rich? Does he have money?
Now he's just there.
Okay, he's there. That means
He's just there. Because most times you tell you, oh, my peers in Liberia, they earn so amount. I'm here in Nigeria. So go to the Liberia. You are still in Nigeria. Now the whole dollar has kept him here, and you're just there, and he's still going to school again. Now I have a friend calling me, he's doing second masters again in Uniport. I said, second masters.
Funny enough, I know someone that
government should it should be in constitution. Each degree, if you go for a second degree, they should arrest you.
Yes.
Why?
I know someone that went to university twice, 2 different courses.
Exactly.
I don't understand. Like,
you know, yeah, I have one of my friends currently.
He did in civil engineering. Now he's doing mathematics.
I have one of my friends. Yeah, she wanted to. She went to school. She applied. They give her. She studied. She applied this. She wanted to apply. She wanted to apply, or she applied for psychology, and they give her chemistry. Okay. So she accepted the chemistry. She studied and graduated. She told me now that she's going back to school to do psychology. In fact, they have given her the admission. And I was like, how do you want to cope? She said the funny thing is the younger brother just gained admission. So they've moved the attention from her now to her younger brother, and she's now struggling. She has to now take 3 jobs just so she could actually meet up to go to school. And I'm like, what are you doing this for? You could actually read how to become a good psychologist online. There are free courses. You could even pay little or nothing to gain the same knowledge at the comfort of your home, at the comfort of your house. Another thing is, for those persons that are going for masters and PhD, let me tell you the bitter truth. The bitter truth is this: the persons that are going to sit on that office that you're aiming at, they don't even have a first class.
Yeah. No.
So I don't know why you are so
my
eager.
lecturers did not have.
I would have called my lecturer's name, but let me respect myself.
We're not supposed to call names. Most of them did not have even second class upper.
The thing is, even while you're in school, immediately you pass year 1, from 200 level, go and look for money.
Clearly.
From year 1 second semester.
Stop looking for first class.
You I did not. If I even
nobody wants to tell them this truth, and we have to tell them.
Clearly.
Because you're hurting yourself. Those gifts you expect, they never give them again. No, those lecturing jobs are not even giving to them again.
The annoying part of people who are just they are so
keen on first class.
It's not bad to be serious with your studies, but after the 5 years, after the 4 years, and after being so serious and you're out with your first class, and you now go back to mommy, thank you. If there's no food at home, you don't eat, you don't have anything.
You can't even give back to your house.
No.
You're just reminding me of Ike Chuku, my friend. He's supposed to work in FCMB. Ike Chuku graduated from Uniport as first class accountant. He says he has gone to all the banks.
They cannot pay him.
Immediately he takes his CV. They look at it, first class. Oga no dey.
He cannot pay you.
What? Ikechukwu, if I tell you what Ikechukwu is doing now, Ikechukwu, I know you're going to see this podcast. I'm sorry.
Tell us.
But if I tell you what Ikechukwu is doing now, you'll not believe.
I want to believe. Tell me.
Ikechukwu is working. That's by the way. That is by the way. But that's the truth. Why going for first class when there are no options, there are no opportunities for you? Right now, the system has changed. It's not about the paper anymore. It's about who you know. I thought at some point it was about what you could do with your hand, what you could do with your hands. Right now, it has migrated from that level to who you know, who you feel influence, how much you get. So if this is what they are now looking, if these are the criteria, why then go to school? Why then go to school? This whole school thing works only in the Western countries not in Nigeria.
But the aspect of going to school here, it's not totally ruled out here, because there is every possibility that you are opportune to have the man and you're not skilled enough for what you're going to. That's already a disaster.
It happens a lot now.
So the school is good, but it needs to be placed right. So, for instance, now it's people placing school over making ends meet, making money, or looking for means to make money. That's where it's not so balanced, because if you're so focused on the school and you're not really looking for a side hustle, so just in case, something to fall back to until your man works out for you, that's also going to be a disaster. For me now, using me as an example, as at year one, even before year one, say jam, no worry, my head full ground. After year one like this, I had to tell myself, all these small payments down, pay that they ask for you to pay, you now call back home and they'll be like, it's too urgent, so we need to wait. I had to tell myself, and luckily for me, I had a friend that had the same vision with me. But Jam almost even gave me a course, but God was bigger than Jam. I applied for petroleum engineering, but Jam said I should wait. So I had to take supplementary form for agric and environmental engineering. I don't even know what that course is for. Agric and environmental engineering. And I was going for classes until Jam said, oh yeah, go back to petrol. It really affected me because I was not able to affiliate with my main course at
the time.
But the only hope was they were learning something similar. So I had a friend from agric and environmental engineering that Jam also moved him back to his main course of marine engineering. But we had the same vision. As at year two, we're like, no be this thing we want to do. Where if money no day, go transform UST back gates, they go back house. So I was like, okay, we need to really know what else we could just use to make ends meet. Then, luckily for me, I had one camera like that. So we started photography, went on YouTube. We did not learn from anybody how to edit picture. YouTube helped me, Photoshop at all. So we started editing pictures. I could even remember in the hustling days of photography. There's this group they have in UST, Amples, great Amples, their photography group. I too run from those people. All these are convocation, matriculation. Yes. Once they catch you, they snap. They don't, they chase you. You go run now. The money they find.
Because you're not in their union.
Exactly.
Union, yes.
But at the end of it, I came to realize that because I was not just focused on school, I had skills that are added to me now. And I was able to get small funds that I don't even need to call back home. I can remember from my year 3 or so, I don't think I disturbed my mom from funds again because I know she had other things to do and I have something that is actually pushing me bit by bit. Yeah. But you just focusing on school, and if there's no money at home, you start getting depressed and all for school way say make you go. It's not really called for that. That's why, so me, I would want to do masters, but until my account is breathing. Well, that's when I will do masters.
Okay, so someone in my group chat said, leave masters for Master Jesus, leave PhD for Dr. Jesus. So whichever one you want to go for, please, I will still do the masters. Because
we are proud of you.
Yes, I want to become a lecturer. My auntie said, go and become a lecturer. So those things that they did to you in school, you do to
this video. You're going to save this video. We're not going to edit any part of this video. I'll personally cut this part and save it somewhere. I'll archive it. So when you become a doctor, Dr. Princess,
Dr. Jesus.
buy textbook. I'll play this video outside.
Okay, now, so before we call it a wrap, what's your advice to those people who intentionally waste 4 years, 5 years, masters, PhD, and at the end of the day, don't practice at all?
They need to calm down and think about their life.
Calm down.
Because if you really know where you want to be in this life, and in a life we live that you don't even know when you'll go, so you really need to be sure of what exactly you want from the life. Because you could have all these certificates you have and you're not regarded. Because we live in a country whereby it is what is in your account or how creative you can be to an extent, that's when they can regard you. So you could be a master holder and a PhD holder and you're just a random person moving on the street, because it's not written on the face that you have master's degrees or PhD degrees. You can be a PhD degree holder and you're not even looking presentable because of life's circumstances and situations. So it's all about us knowing what exactly we want. So if you know that you have no intentions of even practicing what you're studying, it's not a do or die affair. The country is making people feel like if you don't go to school, like you're one outcast. There's no outcast in you not going to school or reading a professional course, as they say. If you know you want to do animal husbandry, and you know that that's really what you want to venture into, just do it. Oh, if you know that's not what you want to do, pause.
Don't waste your time.
Just because 5 years is a lot. See, my friend would tell me, if to say these 5 years we spend for school, we find all these Igbo men go do boy for them. They go don't settle us by now.
Milli.
Man life or don't they?
Right.
They very, very much okay. So it's all about knowing what you prioritize. If you want to prioritize school over money, then you need to be moving around Rumibo, psychiatric road, so they will really know what's really going on with you. Because I don't see why anyone in this country now would want to prioritize school over being comfortable or having money. School is good. It's very great to have that wisdom and knowledge, that advantage of being a graduate. But it's far above that. You're a graduate and you cannot fend for yourself. You cannot even, like, you left home to feed home, then you're back home and home is feeding you. That's bad.
No one that stays in the studio.
All right.
Yeah, Elvis. You.
So the thing now is, for those persons who really want to go to school or who are students who probably be watching this right now, the thing is, what should keep you going at the time shouldn't be about the degree, but rather the impact. Because even those persons that didn't go to school, hence they are impactful, hence they are willing to sacrifice and give for other persons to learn, grow. You become a matter.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Wow.
But when you're not impactful, you're just gathering the certificates, you're not even getting a job, it becomes very depressing. And if the person eventually dies, we move. So there's so many persons who have lived their life for other persons to live, right? Even while they're no more, we still talk about them till tomorrow.
True.
So it shouldn't really be about whether you're making money or not, or whether you're a student or if you're a graduate or not. It should be about you impacting in the next life.
Yeah.
And then for those persons who want to compare hard work over school or education, I think you're making a mistake. I would advise you, even before you even pick. Now, Jam is on sale. They're selling Jam form right now. You have to ask yourself this question: are you ready? School is nobody will tell you this. Your parents that are not learned, I'm sorry, will not tell you this. Don't go to school because they are pushing you.
Or
you
want to be the first graduate
your
in
family,
your
your community.
Your hand has to be handsome.
In your hand there's something there.
You need money.
This is the first oil
you need
that's
skill.
not oil.
You need money and skill. If you have money and skill, you're good to go. But if you don't, the journey will be so rough.
Yeah.
It'll be so rough.
Okay, yes, you've heard the advice from my very amiable host, Elvis Vitalis, and then Mr. Maui Favor. Yes, they've all given us their own ideas and they've told us how profitable it could be for in this particular economic situation for you to make sure that even if you're going to school, you should go to what you're not going to waste your time for. Because going to waste 4 years or 5 years, because as I am like this, I cannot say I study mass communication and then I'm going to do farming. Even my grandmother knows I don't like farm. But then again, I had to study because it was a war at home. They wanted me to be a lawyer. But I told them that I like wearing different color of clothes. And I told my mom that if I die, they will bury me upside down because I'm lying. That's the excuse I gave to her because I heard that lawyers will be buried upside down. Imagine me now.
Does it matter? Does it matter where you're facing? Body go spoil.
Who don't die? Who don't die?
Don't die.
They know how they face.
No, me, I don't agree. I said, Mommy, I don't want them to bury. What even now you come and see me now? My face is upside down. You don't even know if it's me or it's not me.
Whether it's you or not,
You don't die.
that day na your day. Don't cover you.
But
2 months
anyway,
later, life goes on.
Don't mind any of them. Don't mind any of them. But thank God I didn't do law because I would have spent 5 years in miserability. Because I knew that I wouldn't even be ready to do. See, those are big books. God knows I was not called for. Even the ones they gave me in my department that were 28 pages, I didn't open them.
Really? And you paid for them?
1.5. Okay. That's when I paid 4K for that man did not give my textbook. 4K! I saw the man the other day. I was calling him, he did not answer me. That money you will give me back, sir. No vex. But yes, I wasted my 4K. You can imagine how painful it is for me to leave 4K in the lecturer's hand. I did not give me textbook. That book, and that was a law course, so I did not use that course to do anything.
Okay.
But I will call her the lecturer after the show. But yes, I'm going to hand over to my host now to call it a wrap for today's segment. All
right, so at this junction, we'll be drawing the curtain close. Thank you so much, Maui, for doing this with us on TPOC. And of course, don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms at TPOC TV. And of course, you know how we do it. You might just be so lucky we get to single you out on the next episode of Fact and Rants. And right on this spot, it is definitely going to be a wrap until we come your way next week. Stay safe.
We have a sound.
Exactly.